Hello everyone, welcome back to The Rustic Wife. I'm Alana. I am just out on my back porch grabbing some hot peppers that I picked about 2 weeks ago, and they are drying in a basket, but I want them drying on strings in my house, so I thought I'd bring you along and show you how I do it. So here they are. You can see they're kind of getting a little wrinkled, but that's okay. We're just going to string those up. And these are a cayenne pepper variety. They're called Bottle Rocket. And what I want to do is use these so I can make my own cayenne powder and some chili flakes. So I'll bring these in and we'll get started. So here we go. Got our peppers, got my scissors, some gloves just in case I get some of the juice on my hands because I'm kind of wimpy like that. I've got some string, 2 different strings. This one's pretty thick, but I don't think it's going to hold up well enough. This one might be too thick. I don't know. We'll give it a try. And then I've got a packet of needles, and I'm going to choose the largest one. You know what? I just looked at these peppers. I was just eating chocolate too, so excuse me. I just looked at these peppers, and I need to wash them. There is some dirt on them, so I don't want to wash them and have them be damp when I string them together. So what I'll do is I'm going to wash these and let them dry overnight on cooling racks so that there's airflow, and then I'm going to string them tomorrow and invite you back with me. I've got these peppers drying on some window screens. I didn't have enough of the cookie cooling racks, so I went downstairs and I got some window screens and cleaned them off, and that works out much better. So it's the next day, and I did check these, and there's no water left on them from me washing them yesterday. So I'm really tempted to leave them on these screens, but my husband did come in last night, and he did ask me how long I'm going to keep them, how long they're going to be sitting on the dining room table. So it looks like I'm going to string them. So that's what we're going to do right now. So I'm just going to do the thread about an arm's length. And this isn't just thread, it's actually, it's quite thick. I'm not sure what the gauge is. It's an old one, but don't just use normal thread because it won't hold up. Maybe use some fishing line if you can't find this thicker stuff. But I'm using about an arm's length. I don't know, maybe. I want to have enough left over so I can make a loop and hang it from a hook when I'm done. And I also don't want to overfill them because then they might be too heavy for this thread and break. I'm sitting outside on my deck in the sun because it's so nice out. I can't be in the house when it's beautiful. So I'm just going to loop. Just going to tie a knot right close to the eye of the needle, and then I'm going to make a knot at the bottom. I'm trying to go opposite ways, so I'll show you what I mean here. I'm just going to pierce the needle through the stem there, not into the pepper itself. I just don't want to add any holes to the pepper and introduce any bacteria before it dries. Pedro, girls. And I took my gloves off because it's really hot out here. And so far, so good. I haven't poked the peppers and gotten any hot pepper juice on me. So that's about as long as I like to string them. And then I'm just going to cut string from the needle and then make a hook out of this excess string. Just been hanging them out here while I'm stringing them. You can see They're about the same length. It's such a sunny day that I think I'm just gonna leave these here, bring them in tonight, and if it's sunny tomorrow, do the same. If not, I'll just hang them somewhere in the house. I still have this many to do. This is gonna take a while. So it's a few days later after I strung those peppers, and I just got home from work. You can see it's starting to get dark out here, so the footage might not be the greatest. So I'm going to show you where I hung my peppers. I did bring them in the house because it's been dipping down to about 0 at nighttime. I don't want them to freeze. I want them to dry. So what I did was I hung them by the fireplace. So I'm going to show you where that is. So you can see I've got them hanging by my fireplace. I've got these hooks here, the same ones that we use to hang our stockings. Now the reason why I chose this particular area to dry these peppers is because my living room is more dry than it is down the basement, and I also have a ceiling fan here, so there's quite a bit of ventilation. Plus I have these hooks too already installed. So I also have better luck drying the peppers that are thin, excuse me, or a thin walled pepper. I have tried to dry thicker walled peppers before, and I've had situations where they rot. If you do want to preserve some thicker walled peppers, you could, I think cutting them in half would be a better option, and stringing them up, or put them on those window screens like I'd done previously in the video, or cooling racks, something where there's lots of airflow. And of course, when I have jalapenos, I will pickle them or make cowboy candy, and I'll leave that link above. Another thing you want to do is periodically check your pepper strings to make sure there's no peppers that are rotting or spots of mold on them. You want to remove those. These ones look really good, and I can see there's quite a few drying nicely already, so I should be good with having these peppers dry completely. So that's it. That's all you have to do when you're stringing peppers, and I'm just going to leave those to dry for maybe about 3 or 4 weeks, and I'm going to grind those up for cayenne pepper. And I will use some for chili flakes, and I might just leave some whole that I can use for certain recipes that require hot peppers. And I'm also going to share some with my brother too. So thanks for coming along with me again, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. And if you did, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you again next time.